I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside.
Gervonta tank, both within and outside of the boxing ring. Davis has long been a fighter who keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Davis is well known for his spectacular knockouts, and his career has been based on his strength and ferocity. With titles in 3 different weight classes and 30 victories, 28 of which came via knockout, Davis has established himself as one of the sport's most dangerous fighters. Fans, however, have recently been left wondering if the 30-year-old Baltimore, Maryland native intends to retire early, and if so, what factors may have led to this choice. Davis has hinted at retiring from boxing in recent months, making remarks that shocked both fans and commentators. Davis said that he has been feeling exhausted despite being at the peak of his abilities, and alluded to the possibility that his boxing career will come to an end in 2025. Given the success and influence that have characterized his career thus far, this statement was surprising. Although Davis's perfect record speaks for itself, he also showed a weakness that many were unaware of. In a late-year interview, Davis stated, "I've been doing this my whole life. I need some time off. I need time to spend with my family and myself. This sport has caused me to miss a lot of things." These open remarks revealed a boxer who had been experiencing mental health issues despite his rough exterior. Consequently, many were surprised when Davis acknowledged that he required therapy. Davis acknowledged that he was burned out and that he might retire, but he made it plain that he wasn't prepared to go quietly. He wanted to make a big impression before leaving boxing. He was going after well-known athletes like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Vasyl Lomachenko. Davis said to his detractors, "I want you to put hands on," alluding to his desire for well-publicized bouts. "I can't duck a left hook." His resolve to compete against these elite fighters implied that he planned to retire from the sport once he had made his mark. However, Davis revealed another bombshell just as supporters were starting to come to terms with the fact that he would be retiring. Although he had previously stated that he was done boxing after 2025, he swiftly took those remarks back. "I know I said I was tired, and I know I said I was done, but I'm not done, not yet," he stated in a recent interview. Fans began to wonder what the undefeated winner was actually up to after this disclosure. Was he genuinely unsure about his future in the sport? Or was his retirement talk just a ploy to keep everyone guessing? Another surprise came the statement that he was reevaluating his retirement intentions. Davis alluded to the possibility of a rematch with Shakur Stevenson, a foe he had previously written off. Davis had been harsh when questioned about Stevenson, asking, "What has Shakur accomplished in the sport?" "He hasn't taken any action." Fans had been debating whether Stevenson, who was renowned for his technical skill and keen ring IQ, was a real contender for years. But Davis had written him off as irrelevant. He went on to say, "The young ones are looking better than him," citing boxers like Keishan Davis as examples of promising new fighters. Fans who had been anxiously anticipating this possible confrontation were excited when Davis appeared to have changed his mind and was now amenable to face Stevenson after all. Many conjecture that Davis's opening for a fight with Stevenson was simply the most recent development in an unpredictable career. Davis, who is known for keeping fans guessing, had once again made himself the center of attention. The idea of a fight with Stevenson or others like Lomachenko felt even more relevant after he made remarks about requiring therapy and thinking about retiring. Supporters started to question if Davis would retire without ever taking on some of the top boxers in the sport, or if he would go out with the battles that had eluded him. Although Davis's retirement has made headlines, his deeds have been more powerful than his words. Davis has maintained a high level of training, displaying abilities that are on par with the best in the industry. He has been compared to renowned fighters like Floyd Mayweather in his recent amazing training film. Davis isn't going to slow down anytime soon, as seen by his power, speed, and accuracy in the gym. The excitement surrounding his future in the sport has only grown as a result of these training recordings, with many people questioning whether he has a few more standout performances left before retiring. Davis's decision to call off his impending match with Lamont Roach has only stoked rumors, despite his recent declarations that he was retiring from boxing. Originally planned on March 1st at Brooklyn, New York's Barclays Center, the bout was anticipated to be another stop on Davis's farewell tour. Even though Roach, a talented fighter in his own right, was the underdog, the bout was nonetheless seen as a significant lightweight event. Now that the fight is over, supporters are left to wonder if Davis is turning his attention to more difficult tasks, or if his retirement plans are beginning to take shape. Given the timing of the news, the decision to call off the bout with Roach has drawn criticism. Davis thrown a curveball just when it appeared that he was getting ready for a successful boxing season. Was the cancellation a real problem? Or was it just another tactic used by Davis to maintain his reputation in the media? If Davis has demonstrated anything over the years, it is his ability to steer the narrative. It seems like every choice he makes keeps people on the edge of their seats and sparks discourse. A number of possible fights have become available since the Roach fight was called off. Potential opponents like Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Shakur Stevenson are being mentioned. Before he retires, Davis would have the opportunity to further solidify his legacy against each of these formidable opponents. Stevenson has expressed his open disapproval of Davis's retirement remarks and stated that he would be delighted to take on the Baltimore native in the ring. For Davis, the bout with Stevenson would be an opportunity to silence his detractors and demonstrate his continued dominance in the category. When talking about Davis's possible retirement, boxer Lopez, who is well known for his media savvy and self-assured demeanor, has adopted a more measured stance. He has implied that Davis's retirement remarks are only a component of a bigger plan to keep him in the spotlight. "It's a strategy," Lopez exclaimed. "It's something that's been done before by Mayweather and other fighters." Lopez's realization is in line with the knowledge that Davis, like Mayweather before him, is an expert at building excitement and anticipation for his bouts. Regardless of the sincerity of Davis's retirement remarks, it's obvious that he knows how to maintain his prominence. While some boxers have criticized Davis's retirement remarks right away, others have adopted a more calculated stance. For instance, following their thrilling first match, Ryan Garcia, long regarded as one of the sport's emerging stars, has made no secret of his desire for a rematch with Davis. One of the most talked about events in recent boxing history was that bout, which ended with Davis brutally knocking the opponent out with a body shot. A rematch between the two may spark even more enthusiasm and bring even bigger crowds, solidifying Davis's place as a top attraction. Whether intentional or sincere, Davis's retirement speech has undoubtedly had the desired impact. It has everyone talking. The more he makes references to quitting the sport, the more fans feel pressured to witness the bouts they have been anticipating. Davis is aware that perception matters just as much in boxing as performance. Although his unbeaten record gives him an air of invincibility, his retirement talks have made him more relatable, leading some to question whether his career is really coming to an end. One thing is certain: Davis is still one of the most fascinating characters in boxing today, regardless of whether he retires in 2025. He is a unique figure in the sport because of his skill, charisma, and capacity to create drama both inside and outside the ring. Both fans and experts are still speculating about Davis's future, and it appears like he attracts more people to the discussion with every development in his career. One thing is clear as Davis's quest progresses: his tale is far from over. He will continue to influence boxing in his own unique manner, whether or not he decides to retire. For Davis, the uncertainty of the future adds to the excitement. Fans will be on the edge of their seats no matter what he does next. They can only wait and see.